Once upon a time, in a quiet village surrounded by green hills and sparkling rivers, there lived a wealthy merchant with 3 daughters. They were all beautiful, but each in a different way. The eldest was proud and vain, always speaking of her beauty and expecting admiration wherever she went. The second was clever and impatient, always seeking attention and excitement. The youngest, known as Belle, was gentle, kind, and full of patience. Her beauty was quiet, reflected in her golden heart more than in her face. She loved reading, helping others, and dreaming of adventure beyond the small village where she lived. Though the family was once prosperous, misfortune had struck. The merchant lost much of his wealth in a storm at sea, and their once grand house became modest. The elder daughters complained constantly, but Belle never did. She found joy in small things: a warm fire, a blooming flower, a kind word, or a new book to read. Her heart remained patient and hopeful, even when life became difficult. One day, the merchant learned that one of his ships, long thought lost, might have returned with goods. Overjoyed, he prepared to travel to the city to claim them. Before leaving, he asked each of his daughters what gift they desired. The elder daughters demanded beautiful dresses and jewelry, imagining themselves parading through the village with admiration and envy. Belle, humble as ever, asked for nothing grand, only a single rose because she loved its beauty and fragrance. The merchant set off with joy in his heart, promising to bring back treasures for all. But on his journey, he became lost in a dark forest during a fierce storm. Trees bent under the wind, and heavy rain soaked him to the bone. Finally, he stumbled upon a vast, mysterious castle. Its doors were open, welcoming, yet strange, glowing with light and warmth unlike anything he had seen before. Grateful for shelter, he entered. The castle was magnificent. Gold and crystal glimmered in the light, and food appeared on the table as if by magic. The merchant was amazed. He ate and rested, but when morning came, he noticed a rose garden unlike any he had seen. A single rose reminded him of Belle, and he reached out to take it. Immediately, a deep, rumbling voice filled the air. The beast appeared, towering and fearsome, his eyes both angry and sorrowful. The beast accused the merchant of stealing from his garden. Trembling, the man explained he had only taken the rose for his daughter and meant no harm. The beast's gaze softened slightly, but the merchant understood the danger. The beast agreed to spare him on one condition. The merchant must promise that if any harm came to his family, he would send one of his daughters to the castle instead. Afraid and desperate, the merchant agreed. Returning home, the merchant told his daughters what had happened. The elder sisters laughed, thinking the beast was a myth or merely a tale to frighten them. Belle, however, felt her heart tighten. Though fearful, she knew that her father must not be left in danger alone. When the beast came to claim his due, Belle bravely stepped forward. She promised to go to the castle in her father's place. Belle arrived at the castle with nothing but her courage and gentle heart. The beast received her, not with anger, but with a stern expectation. She was his guest and his prisoner, yet the castle itself seemed alive with magic. She discovered that the beast was not merely fierce in appearance. There was sadness in his eyes, a loneliness that filled the vast halls. Days passed slowly. At first, Belle and the beast spoke little. He was gruff and she was polite, careful not to offend him. Yet, as she observed his actions, the way he tended the gardens with care, how he treated the enchanted objects and animals with respect, she began to understand him. The beast, in turn, noticed Belle's kindness, her patience, and the way her presence made the castle feel lighter. She laughed gently at the enchanted servant's antics, bringing joy where there had been only sorrow. One day, the beast showed Belle his library, walls filled with books taller than a man could reach. Belle's eyes sparkled with delight. She had never seen so many books in one place, and she spent hours reading aloud to the beast, who listened with rapt attention. Their conversations grew longer, their smiles more frequent. Slowly, the fear and resentment each felt gave way to respect and curiosity. As seasons changed, Belle's affection for the beast grew. She saw that beneath his fearsome exterior was a kind, lonely soul who had once loved deeply but had been cursed for his pride. The beast, too, found himself drawn to Belle's gentle courage. He realized that love was not about appearances but about the heart, the patience to understand, and the bravery to care for another even when fear lingers. Yet happiness is never without challenge. One evening, Belle's father fell ill, and her heart ached to be with him. She begged the beast for permission to return home temporarily. The beast, though sad, agreed, allowing her to leave with the promise that she would return. Belle hurried home and found her family in distress. Her father recovered, but her absence weighed heavily on the castle. The beast waited patiently, trusting Belle would come back. While Belle was home, the elder sisters grew jealous of her tales of the enchanted castle and the beast's unusual kindness. They tried to convince her to stay, to forget the beast, but Belle's heart was steadfast. She knew the beast's true nature, and she could not abandon him. With courage, she returned to the castle. Shortly after, a prince who had heard of the beast's castle arrived. Jealousy and rage filled him when he saw Belle's affection for the beast. He attacked the castle, hoping to claim it and Belle for himself. The beast fought to protect Belle, but he was gravely wounded. In that moment, Belle knelt by his side, tears in her eyes, and whispered words of love and forgiveness. True love, patient and brave, shone brighter than fear. The beast's wounds healed as magic and love intertwined, breaking the spell that had bound him for so long. In an instant, the beast transformed, no longer fierce in appearance but noble and kind, with the same gentle heart Belle had always loved. The castle filled with joy. The servants were free from their enchantment, and the halls echoed with laughter once more. Beauty and kindness had triumphed over fear, appearances and curses. Belle and the beast, now a prince, were married in a grand celebration, surrounded by family, friends, and the enchanted servants who had become like family. Their kingdom flourished, not because of wealth or power, but because of love, patience, and understanding. And so, the story of Beauty and the Beast reminds us that true beauty is not in what we see on the outside, but in our hearts, in kindness, patience, and the courage to love. Moral: true beauty comes from within.